Welcome back. The Amathole District Municipality Council has written off about 1.2 billion rand worth of irrecoverable debt. Now, the municipality says that despite embarking on vigorous debt collection initiatives, its customers would simply not pay. The municipality further says that the debt had been escalated by poor customers who failed to apply for indigent subsidies. So for more on this, we're joined by the Amathole District Municipality's Chief Financial Officer, Mosala. Mr. Mosala, welcome to Morning Live. Thanks for speaking to us.
Sakina and your viewers.
Mr. Mosala, let's get straight into it. The decision to write off such a huge debt. Can you talk to us about how you came to this decision and whether the municipality can actually afford it?
Well, yes, it's been a result of a long journey that we have taken as a municipality, Sakina, where we tried to get the municipality back into track. You would remember that ADM has been a municipality that has been financially challenged, I think, for the past 6 or 7 years now. One of the strategies that we have taken is that we should check in our debt book who owes us and what is credible in terms of what is in the debt book. And we realized that for a number of years, the municipality has not looked into the detail of what is owed by its customers. Some of the debt that we had in the municipal books has its debt that actually has prescribed, or debt of people who have not, who are no longer actually or who have since deceased. So this is one of the pillars that we have attempted to do to ensure that we clean up the debt book of the municipality.
So with regard to whether the municipality can afford to write this off, and personally, I understand where you could be coming from, because sometimes the debt is not worth the book it's written in. So some of this you will probably never, ever be able to recover. That being said, though, I asked you about whether the municipality could afford it. So what is currently your liquidity position in the Amathole District Municipality?
Well, the position of the liquidity position of the municipality is not good at all. I can tell you that now. Like you say, can we afford it? Most definitely. I don't think that anyone who wants to write off the debt. However, you must have in your debt book people you know that the debt is collectible. That's number one. For instance, we had debt of indigent customers, or we had debt of other customers, domestic customers that are not able at all to afford that particular debt. If someone is indigent in terms of our policy, because remember, when we started around 2017, 2018, between 2018 and 2020, and now, we registered over 40,000 indigent customers. And once you start realizing those people, you see that these are the people that at all will never be able to afford or be able to pay the debt.
So what is your liquidity position as the Amathole District Municipality?
The liquidity position of the municipality, it's not positive. I can't, I think from the last audit, our liquidity position was not one of the best positions at this stage. I can't tell at this stage what is it exactly.
Mr. Mosala, you are the Chief Financial Officer in this municipality. So how much do you have on your books, and what are your liabilities as we speak right now?
It is extremely bad. I mean, ordinarily you would have, you're supposed to have 1:2 for your liquidity, but at the moment the municipality, it's the other way around. I think it's 3:4, 3:1, if I'm not mistaken, at this point for the liquidity of the municipality.
So, poor liquidity position. This has been going on for quite a long time in your municipality. You've now written off this huge 1.2 billion rand debt that you say is irrecoverable, but how is this going to influence the culture of non-payment? how are you going to deal with non-payers going forward?
In my view, Sakina, actually that's a quite important question. In my view, this is one of the things that would make the municipality to recover, because for the first time, you would build people who would be able to pay you. For the first time since the existence. Remember, included in this amount that you're talking about, it looks like it's a huge amount of debt, which is going to be written off. However, if you unpack that amount, you realize that inside in that amount you've got estate rates, for instance, that is debt that will never be recovered. And if you report on the debt collection, and you find out that, or if you report on a debt collection and you come back with the collection rate that is quite poor, and in that debt collection you have people who are late, or like estate late, or you've got people who are actually indigent, that shows as if the municipality is not performing quite well. So it is important that the municipality, in terms of the Act, Section 64, I think, of the Act, tells you that you have to bill for the debt that is reasonable, number one. Number two, that is recoverable. And at this stage, what was in the municipal debt book was debt that will never be recoverable. And it was important that the municipality, in my view, of course, that you clean up the debt book so that you can then be able to be accurate in terms of what you are billing people for.
But I'm asking a different question, Mr. Mosala. I'm asking you about the culture of non-payment. I'm asking you, what have you done to ensure, now that you've written off that 1.2 billion, people in your municipality will actually start paying for the services that they use? So that is the question I'm asking you about. What have you done? You speak about cleaning your debt book, but what about the integrity of your debt book at this stage, after the cleanup? Are you actually sure that you will now be able to start collecting for services that people need to pay for?
Most definitely, Sakina, most definitely. We have reviewed our credit control and debt collection policy as a municipality. We have started a new policy, which is, I think, one of the only policies that you would have in a rural municipality, where we say that all those people who, I think it's called rural collection policy. Remember, Amathole only does water and sanitation. So we are very vigorous in terms of our debt collection policy, and in terms of the implementation of a debt collection policy. We suspend services for those people who are not paying, which we know that they are supposed to be in our debt book. That's number one. We communicate with our customers, we educate them, and most importantly, those who were connected in our network and were not paying the municipality, we have since then started to, in terms of the policy of council, we started to include them in our billing.
So just in terms of the expenditure of the municipality, talking about consultants, for example, did you use them in order to carry out this work? Because that was one of the issues that was flagged even by the previous, now late Auditor General Kimi Makwetu in the Amathole District Municipality. Did you use consultants again for this purpose?
No, not at all. I mean, ADM, like I say, it's in the journey to recover as a municipality. We did not use consultants at all. We actually are one of the few municipalities that have their own debt collection unit as a municipality. We are using our own staff to do the debt collection, and we actually have taken time to train them and to expose them in terms of the strategies or what is used by the private sector to collect debt. We have opened a debt collection center in our municipality. One of the floors in the municipality is called a debt collection center, where employees have got targets to particularly collect the debt. We are not using consultants at all to collect the debt.
So just in terms of consultants, are you still making use of them, and for what purpose?
Well, we don't use consultants at all, as far as I understand, in regards to debt collection. Where we have consultants, for instance, is the first time we were working with GIZ and National Copter or the asset management of the municipality. We've got over 4 billion worth of assets. So we're using consultants for that. For the first time last year, we were using consultants for that, but not for debt collection at all.
Yeah, we've established that you're not using them for the debt collection purposes, but apart from that incident that you've just mentioned, are you still using consultants for any other purposes in the municipality? Because, as I said, you were flagged as one of the biggest culprits around the country when it came to municipalities and the use of consultants.
Well, like I said, in finance or budget and treasury, we're only using consultants for asset management. We also have support, and that was a support that we received as well from GIZ, which is the German government.
Why do you need them for asset management? What exactly do the consultants do?
Okay. We had a challenge. If you look at our audit report, you'd realize that the municipality has been challenged for assets for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years in terms of that. So we also had weaknesses in terms of our controls, and we needed to get that.
But what does that mean, Mr. Mosala? What exactly are you saying? You have weakness in terms of controls. So what does that mean? What are you incapable of doing in the municipality that you need the consultant to do?
No, not at all. We did not have any challenges in terms of or weaknesses. Remember, when you talk about the municipal assets register, in terms of GRAB, you would find out that there are technical issues that needs either, in some instances, you would need engineers to assist you with that, and that's why we were using consultants for that. More especially if you want to revalue your assets, more especially when you want to, because remember, Amathole does not do any other services other than water and sanitation. So your asset value is quite technical in its nature. So we needed to really look at that, to work it properly, to fix it, Sakina.
With regard to the water problem in the municipality, so that is also one that keeps coming up, constant theft and misuse of water by customers in the Amathole District Municipality. Let's talk about that, and also the tender that was put out in order to deal with water delivery in your municipality.
I might have lost you. Which tender are you referring to in terms of water delivery, Sakina?
It is, I just need to remember the name of the area, but it was one of the tenders that you had issued, and it was meant to conclude at, I think, around October this year. It was a tender for a year for water services that you had issued. And I'm just quickly trying to find the name of the area. It's in your district municipality, water tender. But with regard, are you not aware of any tenders that were issued by your municipality for this purpose?
No, we issue a lot of tenders. Remember, Amathole District, Sakina, is one of the municipalities that is drought-stricken. And that is very important for you to understand. And that means that there is no water for us to distribute for our customers. So what you normally do in some areas, of course, I think about 75% of the municipal area is drought-stricken. That has been declared, of course, by government that it's drought-stricken. So what we normally do, we cut water to our customers that are affected by that particular drought. So it could be, of course, that that is one of the areas where we are cutting water to those areas.
Mm-hmm. So
yes.
In terms of the tenders that were issued, are you happy that they are all on track? As I said, this is only supposed to be concluded around October this year. It was a tender that was issued around October. Is everything on track for the municipality, or are there any concerns at this point regarding the water provision for your customers?
No. Well, we always try our level best to implement the processes of bids in terms of what the law provides. Of course, everything is on track. I want to believe that if it's the tender that was already out, as I was asking you, because you would remember that there was a regulation from National Treasury that government should not issue new tenders from February. I think that there was a court against the regulation itself, PFMA. But if it was before then, it is one of the tenders that will most certainly be looking into.
And just with regard to moving your offices, did you eventually move? The last time I think I spoke to someone from the municipality, you were in the process of moving from those very expensive premises that you occupied. Are you still in those same premises, or have you moved?
Yes, we have. Of course, you would know that if you are in any office or any list property, you would you've got contractual obligations. We have since signed not renewed our lease for the next year. So we are expected to go out of the municipality around October. We'll be going back, of course, to our old premises. We're still working in terms of renovating those premises. We have not yet left the premises at this stage.
Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. Lucky Mosala is the Amathole District Municipality's Chief Financial Officer, speaking to us there about the writing off of 1.2 billion rand worth of debt. And they're saying that it is simply irrecoverable. And the municipality, although cash-strapped and struggling, has decided to write that off.